Let me tell you something that's going to make you a little angry. You've been taught to save money your entire life. Put it in a savings account. Don't spend too much. Live below your means. And you followed that advice. You really did. Meanwhile, Elon Musk paid a 3.27% effective tax rate in 1 year. Jeff Bezos once paid $0 in federal income tax. And Warren Buffett, the guy who literally tells you to save, has publicly admitted he pays a lower tax rate than his own secretary. This isn't a conspiracy theory. These are numbers that were reported in ProPublica's bombshell IRS data leak. So here's the question nobody asks you in school, nobody tells you at your job, and your bank sure as hell isn't going to bring up. What if everything you know about money is exactly what they want you to believe? Stay with me. Because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the 5 rules the ultra-wealthy actually live by, and why the rules they gave you were designed to keep you exactly where you are. Rule number 1: the wealthy don't earn money. They own it. Here's the first thing that'll mess with your head. Most Americans make money by working. You trade your time for a paycheck. That paycheck gets taxed, sometimes at 22%, sometimes at 32%, before it even hits your bank account. Now here's what the wealthy do differently. They don't earn income. They own assets that earn for them. Think about it this way. If you make $100,000 a year at your job, the IRS already knows about it. Your employer reported it. It gets taxed immediately. But if you own $5 million worth of Amazon stock that grows 20% in a year, that's $1 million in new wealth. And you pay 0 taxes on it. None. Not until you sell it. This is called unrealized gains. And it is the single biggest loophole in the American tax system. Billionaires figured out a trick called buy, borrow, die. Here's how it works. Step 1: buy assets. Stock, real estate, businesses. Step 2: borrow against those assets. Banks will give you loans using your stock as collateral. Loans are not income. They are not taxed. Step 3: die. When you die, your heirs get a stepped-up basis, meaning the capital gains essentially disappear. You were told to earn more. They learn to own more. That's not the same game. Rule number 2. The wealthy use debt like a weapon. You were told debt is bad. Avoid credit cards. Pay off your student loans. Debt is the enemy. And for most people in most situations, sure, high-interest consumer debt is destructive. But there's a different kind of debt. And the 1% are addicted to it. In 2022, Elon Musk borrowed over $12 billion from banks to help fund his Twitter acquisition using his Tesla stock as collateral. He didn't sell stock. Didn't pay capital gains. He borrowed. Donald Trump, love him or hate him, built his entire early empire largely on borrowed money. In 1995, he reported a $916 million loss that reportedly allowed him to avoid federal income taxes for up to 18 years. Legal. Completely legal. The difference? They borrow to buy things that go up in value. You were taught to borrow to buy things that go down in value. Cars. Vacations. Flat-screen TVs. A good debt builds wealth. Bad debt drains it. The wealthy know the difference. You were never taught it. Now. Rule number 3. And this one is going to sting. Your savings account is a trap. I know. Your parents told you to save. Your bank rewards you with, 0.5% interest. Meanwhile, inflation is running at 3 to 4%. Do the math. Every single year your money sits in a savings account, you are losing purchasing power. Quietly. Invisibly. The bank is borrowing your money, lending it out at 7, 8, 9%, and giving you back table scraps. High-yield savings accounts are better. But even they're just slowing the bleed. The ultra-wealthy don't keep cash sitting still. Every dollar is put to work in index funds, real estate, private equity, treasury instruments. They understand that idle money is dying money. Rule 4. The wealthy treat taxes like a negotiation. You treat them like a verdict. Middle-class Americans essentially have no choice. Taxes are withheld from your paycheck automatically. W-2 workers are the most heavily audited, least sheltered group in America. Business owners and investors? They have options. Depreciation. If you own rental property, the IRS lets you depreciate it, meaning you can deduct a portion of its value each year as a paper loss, even if the property is actually increasing in value. Real estate investors use this to show losses on paper while building real wealth. S-corp and LLCs allow business owners to split income into salary and distributions, reducing self-employment taxes dramatically. Opportunity zones, qualified opportunity funds, 1031 exchanges. There's an entire ecosystem of legal tax deferral strategies that most Americans have never heard of because their accountant files a 1040 and calls it a year. The tax code in America is 74,000 pages long. You know who helped write those pages? Lobbyists. For wealthy people. The complexity isn't a bug. It's a feature. Now, Rule 5. And this is the one that cuts deepest. Your mindset about money was engineered. Studies in behavioral economics show that people who grow up in lower and middle income households develop a psychological relationship with money rooted in scarcity. Spend it before it's gone. Don't take risks. A bird in hand. Wealthy families teach the opposite. Money is a tool. Risk is how wealth grows. Setbacks are tuition, not verdicts. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, regardless of what you think of him personally, documents this psychological divide. His poor dad was educated, employed, and told him to get a good job. His rich dad told him to never work for money, make money work for you. One mindset builds a career. The other builds an empire. And the brutal truth? The financial system, the school system, and yes, the media all benefit from you staying in the first mindset. Consumers who spend are good for the economy. Investors who build wealth quietly? That's a different game entirely. So let's recap what the 1% actually know that you don't. 1. They own assets, not just income. 2. They use debt strategically, not emotionally. 3. They never let money sit idle. 4. They treat taxes as negotiable, not fixed. 5. Their entire mindset about money was built differently, and if yours wasn't, you have to rebuild it yourself. None of this is secret knowledge anymore. The information exists. ProPublica published the IRS files. The tax code is public. The strategies are documented. The only thing standing between you and this information was that nobody thought to put it in front of you. Now I have. So here's your challenge. Pick one thing from this video, just one, and go research it this week. Whether that's opening a high-yield savings account, reading about index funds, or watching one video about how depreciation works. One step. Because the 1% didn't get there overnight. They got there one decision at a time. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. That's the feeling of your perspective shifting. Drop a comment. Which rule hit you hardest? I read every single one. And if you want to go deeper, I will make a full separate video on how the ultra-wealthy actually use real estate to pay almost zero taxes. I'll see you in the next one.